Now in this new program, we're going to start a program that can be used for any robot that is using two motors and a touch sensor on port 7. And then we're going to get into making this robot drive until it touches the touch sensor and then it'll turn around. So here I just have Arduino open and then I'm going to say save. You can say file, save, or my favorite, you can use the little save icon. And that'll open up a window where you can name your program and then click save. Make sure you name it in a location that makes sense, where you can save all of your other programs. Now, I'm going to name my program with today's date first, so then it'll sort by the date. So it's year 2016, so I'm going to type 16, and then it's March, so I'm going to type 03, and then the 25th day. I'm using the Spartan robot, so I'm going to specify that, and then I'm going to turn on touch. It's going to be the name of my program. And really, I didn't want that space in there. So I'm going to say save. And now you can see the name of my program is today's date, Spartan turn on touch. The first thing I'm going to do every time I open a program is name it or put in comments that describe the program. So I'm going to put in my name as the author. And then I'm going to put the title, turn on touch. And I'm going to put a little description. This program will drive forwards until the touch sensor is pressed. Then the robot will turn around and go again. And that was a little long. So over here, I'm going to break that up into 2 lines. Next, I will say the date that was created. Now, some countries list the day first and some list the month first. So a safe way to do this is say it was created on March 25th, 2016. That way there's no confusion. I'm just going to say the edited date, March 25th, 2016, and you can edit that, the edited date as you move forwards. The first thing we'll want to say is to include core.h. This will allow you to use all of the libraries for the Spartan. So we're going to include core.h and then core Spartan core. This creates the controller, so you can reference that controller in your program. And then we're going to have the PCB. And for these two things, you can name them however you want, but these two names make a lot of sense since there's just one. Coming up, the next one, you may want to modify the name in future programs. But I won't suggest it for this one. We're going to name this touch sensor touch. And this will be on port 7. Now you can name that other things. For example, if you have 2 touch sensors in some future program, you can call one touch sensor 1, touch sensor 2, or touch sensor left, touch sensor right. Then we're going to define our motors. We did this in the last exercise we had, and this makes it so that you know which motor is left and which one's right. Instead of having to remember M1 is left and M0 is right, you can see it visually. So we're going to define D-E-F-I-N-E, spelling helps, M left. And we're going to put some spaces so we can line everything up. This will be core.M1. We're going to define another one, M right. You can make your spacing look all pretty. Core.M0, not an O. And that turns, or if you have everything colored, you're looking pretty good. But we want to verify this program just to make sure we don't have any spelling mistakes or missing any semicolons. So up here on the verify, go ahead and click that. It will compile the sketch. And done compiling. That means you're ready to go. We can start writing the void setup and void loop to make the robot move. Wait, there's more. We forgot one thing. We need to initialize the program control button. So we're going to say PCB.delayed start inside the void setup. So this is going to make the program wait until you press the program control button before it starts to move, before it does anything after that line of code. Verify that once more just to make sure. Now we're good to go. Now we can move on to the next step of writing code that will make the motors move and the touch sensor change what the robot's doing. Be sure to save your program.